We're going to talk about reaction bite fishing, fishing aggressive and fast patterns, crankbaits, lipless crankbaits, jerk baits, and maybe even a topwater bait as well. So we're all about reaction bites, fishing fast and furious with the big powerful rods, so stay tuned, it ought to be a fun show. These are all extremely multi-species baits, stripers, white bass, wipers, there's one right there. And that's why we're working down the dam face with a flicker shad. Largemouth, smallmouth, walleyes. Look at that stunner. That stunner is buried in there. And there's exactly what we came here to catch, guys. We were told there's a lot of those in here. And you know me, guys, I got a jerkbait out. It's crystal clear water. Trout, of course, trout. Every single bait you see on the deck right here, I've caught trout with. Got it, oh, no. Got that one, big one. Nice. There we go. There you go, guys. That little hit stick is paying the bills in a hurry right now. Beautiful fish. Look at that thing, guys. That is a good looking brown trout. It's not pigeonholed for bass or walleye or pike or any of that. It's a multi-species presentation, and it comes down to the fact that it's just a good way to cover a lot of water. Got him. What is going on? Tighten the drag a little there, Jimmy. So that's a good northern largemouth right there, guys. We like those a whole bunch. And if you can see what I mean, there's a wide open grass flat. That's a pretty one. Wah! Little bonus species. A lot of people will tell you that reaction bait requires wind, and they are fantastic in the wind. Got him on the end of that point. You can see the little Fritside crankbait right there, and great little bait with the flash disc technology in the bottom of them. That's a Dan Spangler designed bait, along with David Fritz, and there's another chunky one. Some of our fish from South Dakota wind absolutely gale force, and yet we clobber them by throwing reaction baits. Got him. There we go. That's how you do it. See how aggressive I was working that thing, guys? That's 2 in a row right now. One beautiful smallmouth bass, and looks suspiciously like the last one we just caught 2 casts ago, guys. So we're gonna give him a smooch too. Put him back in this beautiful clear water. Got him. All right, guys, we'll anchor down and the search goes on for more fish. Guys, we never sugarcoat stuff here at Fishful Anchor. We tell it like it is. We're at our second lake, as we told you. We moved over to a new lake because the last lake just really wasn't giving us what we wanted. And then we've been at this lake now for like an hour and a half, and it wasn't giving us anything we wanted either till just now. And then you see that old school cutter. Let me get him unhooked and then we'll talk some more about him. But that's a great looking smallmouth right there, guys. And there was a whole army of them that were chasing this one. So we're gonna put him back. Big old kiss for good luck. That's a good looking smallie. You look out here today, it is dead calm and sunny and bright and hot. I did not get a single bite on a jig, and I threw a couple different jigs today. The reaction bait is the only thing that got bit, and I got bit on the hit stick, I got bit on the stunner, I got bit on the flicker shad, I got bit on the money badger, and I got bit on the Fritside. Now, I didn't catch a lot of big fish today, but we were about technique more than we were about you know, the specifics of how to catch a big fish in this lake. To be honest, I wasn't really expecting to catch one right there, but I did. And actually we're gonna sink that. And there's another one on the reaction bite, guys. And if you look, if the camera looks straight ahead of the boat, you can see this point, and it breaks across right here, and then a rock point. There's a submerged point out in front of me. And again, it's another spot that there's a lot of people been in here on kayaks and paddleboards. There's people on the bank, but I'm not spending any time in and around them. Another very, very average fish for this lake. You should be able to catch lots of those, and we are. On a day like this is not a reaction bite day. High bright sun, very calm. I mean, there's a little ripple, but not much. Major warming trend. This is not really what I would consider a reaction bite style of day, but it goes to show you that even in less than ideal conditions, we can still get them caught. One nuance you'll see about reaction bait fishing in a lot of cases is that we're making a lot of casts, and accuracy and angles are going to count a lot. Today, it was really important that my crankbait bisect whatever transition line I had or whatever point I had. So I can't, if this is my point, my crankbait had to go this way or this way. It couldn't come this way or this way on the point. That's the nuance from today. Tomorrow, when the lake's a foot higher and 2 degrees warmer, it might be all bets are off. And just for the record, the lake we're sitting on is rising a foot a day right now. So that's going to change all these fish, all their locations. I could put this on the air tomorrow and you could hit all the same spots with the same baits and the bite is completely different. Why that's important is because you have the ability to fish fast and run around and extrapolate what happened to those fish or where they went, and you can relocate them. Again, if I've got a jig or I got to go do something slow and thorough, it's going to take me longer to do that. All right guys, so as you can see, I'm approaching a big secondary point right here. The wind's drifting us to it quicker actually than I'd like. But the whole key with the reaction bait like this is I'm gonna make angle this way, and that way. Got him. Oh, no, I hung that one. I slacked it out there for a minute, almost hung it. But again, if you slack it, you're good. My point being is I want to throw parallel down this side of the point, and then I want to throw across the point this way, and then I'll get square with it from there and throw down parallel the other way. But I'm basically mixing up my casts around every point or rock pile or whatever. I'm really focusing on angles, whether I'm throwing the hit stick, the stunner, or the money badger. It's all about the angles that I'm working it around some of these points. And you can see the distinct watercolor change with the polarizer on the camera there. There's a hard drop off on the other side of that. So fish sitting below that drop off won't even really see my bait unless I get square with it and throw sideways that way, or throw straight that way with it, which I'll do next. But it doesn't matter if I'm fishing this point or a rock pile or any other point on the lake. When I'm throwing a reaction bite, a jerk bait, a crankbait, a lipless crankbait, a spinner bait, anything like that, I'm gonna work it around these points just with various angles all tangent to the tip of the point. And the whole thing with a reaction bite bait is, you know, you just got to make a lot of casts with it. And you make enough casts, you'll contact enough fish. The beauty of it is it's quick. Got that one. And so that's why we keep mixing our angles up until we get them figured out, right? And again, I'm not here today trying to show you how to catch the biggest fish you've ever caught. I'm trying to show you how to catch them every time you go out. And some of them will be big and some of them will be little when you're throwing reaction bite, but it may not show up on camera. But as far as fish go, I mean, I'm catching a lot of fish, numbers-wise of fish, and that's what reaction bites are all about. With something like a lipless crankbait, jerkbait, or a regular crankbait, they've got to grab it or not as it goes by because they're not going to have a lot of time to rethink that decision. So they're just going to grab it as it goes by, and that's why we call it reaction bite fishing. Fish got him. All right, there's another one on the reaction bite deal. We'll power the pole down right there. I want to point out, I just told the camera guy coming down, we just went 100 yards down the bank, didn't catch anything. I told the camera guy, we get in the back there is where we're going to catch one. And again, this ain't a giant by any stretch, guys. But we're just trying to demonstrate that we can cruise along and catch lots of fish. And when I get it in front of the right fish, they'll bite it too. It's just a matter of all the fish are biting right now. And that's a wee little guy. And it's a great big bait. As you can see, the big old money badger right there. But the key is if that was a 16-incher right there, or an 18-incher right there, he'd bite it too. And that's the beauty of reaction bite fishing, is I can cover a lot of water till I find them. I also want to point out, guys, that I have not, this is my home lake, but this is only my third time this year being on the lake. So I don't know where there's fish sitting. I'd love to tell you that, oh, I came out and practiced for 2 days. No, I'm actually out here effectively filming a practice day for guide trips this week.